You wake up one morning after sleeping on a cloud, on a marshmallow. You're wearing your most comfortable pajamas that you could even envision. You slept like a newborn baby. You slept so damn well, you slept for 10 hours. You wake up. You step outside onto your balcony through your huge double doors made of glass. And you look at the sunrise on the horizon. You can see the lake. And you can see the blanket of frost that has been accumulated overnight, almost keeping the earth's core warm, as the golden orb begins to rise from behind the tree line. The tree line that stretches as far as the eye can see. This orb of happiness, this orb of joy. And then you decide to do something. You walk downstairs into your garage. And inside of your garage you have a Lamborghini. A lime green Lamborghini, right? And you unlock it. You turn on the ignition and you go on a drive. You're going on a drive to the mountains, only a few miles away. But on the way, something bad happens. You're driving up this mountain in your Lamborghini. You don't see a corner. And you end up going off the side. And surely plummeting, right? But no. You don't plummet. Instead, something worse happens. What happens instead is you continue to drive. You continue to climb, just with no road beneath you. You continue to float in your Lamborghini. And then you look at the steering wheel and you realise it's a Honda. You look outside and you realise there's not a car body. And you look down again, you realise there's not even a floor. Now you're just floating in mid-air. And you try to look at yourself, but you can't even see yourself. And then it hits. The alarm starts ringing louder than ever before in your ears. 20 minutes it's been on for. It's 20 past 7. You overslept your alarm by 20 minutes. And you wake up to this grey, miserable country that you live in. For your miserable job. You have these miserable clothes that you put on to go work at McDonald's. And you drive there in what? In a Ford Focus. And I'm not saying a Ford Focus is a bad car, right? Sure it is, and it gets the job done. But in contrast to the Lamborghini you just dreamed of, this Ford Focus is a bloody rust bucket. The dream that you just had. Damn. It's just crushed your mood for the entire day. Grey clouds, overcast all day long, -5 degrees, only raining, not even snowing. It's -5 and it's not even snowing. And that's the place you live. That's the state you live at. Now, in contrast to that perfect morning scenery that you just envisioned, that beautiful, almost Switzerland-esque scenery, comparison to this, where you actually live. There's a reason not everybody can live this life inside of the countryside, looking over all the trees in the lake with the frost. And that's because if everybody lived there with their Lamborghinis and their identical perfect mansions, there'd be no trees left to the scenery. There'd be no more open roads. There'd be people driving at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 a.m, 12 p.m, all day long, 24/7. And it would be a more consistent flow of traffic throughout the 24. There'd be nobody at McDonald's when you go to McDonald's to order your food. There'd be nobody at the clothes shops so you can buy your clothes. There'd be nobody at the toll booth, so now you can't switch country because the tolls are locked down. There would be nobody fishing, catching fish so you could eat fish. There'd be nobody slaughtering animals so you could eat animals. There would be nobody picking avocados in Brazil. Food would very quickly become zero. And yes, in this ideal world where everybody lives their exact replica of their dream lives, there would be no such thing as money. There'd be no such thing as debts and issues and worries. But there'd also be no such thing as work. Everyone would just be born like a lion in a zoo. If money came back, they'd be fucked. If they got released into the wild, they'd get fucked. They've had this easy life. But an easy life doesn't sound quite right. God put us on this planet Not for an easy life. Not for a lighter load. But for a stronger back. For a more difficult and challenging existence. Each and every single day we evolve and become greater and better. There's a reason we are sinners. And that's because we make mistakes. Accidentally. God put us on this planet to make mistakes so we could learn and become the greatest versions of ourselves. If there was no such thing as mistakes, then there wouldn't be police. There wouldn't be prisons. There wouldn't be murders. There wouldn't be rape charges. There wouldn't be any of these horrible things that happen on the planet. There wouldn't even be fires. God put us on this planet to become sinners and try and not become sinners. I say that wrong. God put us on this planet to make mistakes and then rectify them. We are all born sinners and we just have to rectify that. And if everybody lived this way, and there was no sin, it was a perfect world, right? Perfect world. Then the world would become run by Mother Nature. Houses wouldn't get built, places wouldn't get run, nuclear power plants would explode. There's a reason it's the top 1%. It's because only 1% can live that life. If everybody lived this life I just described, nobody would live this life. Not a single soul. It wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be sustainable. The economy would fall. It would crumble under the amounts of pressure. The pyramid, 1%. It's not the pyramid, 100%. Because then the rest of the pyramid would literally just crumble. There's not a single point in the pyramid where it's 100% of people. I don't even think there's a single point in the pyramid where it's 20% of people. So imagine now, 100% at the top. The entire place is falling. Because this peak at the top is only designed to hold smaller and smaller amounts of people as you get closer and closer to the peak. There's a reason it's the top 1%. And that's because without the other 99% building the foundations for the top 1%, it would not be possible. It would not be sustainable. If everybody was top 1%, everyone would be also bottom 1%. If everybody was top, we'd all be bottom. If everybody didn't work and had ideal lives, the world would stop. Because nobody would be making XYZ products or produce or anything. Nobody would be farming. Nobody would be hunting. Nobody would do anything. And to be honest, most people don't even dream of this dream I've just talked about. Most people don't even think of this. Instead, people think they wake up early in the morning, they go to work, they come home, they get the weekends off, and that's their dream life. They say living the dream. We say it's cope, but do they actually mean it? For us, none of us live our dreams. None of us live our dreams, not yet, not now. Maybe later, maybe in 10 years, but for now, nobody lives our dreams. Other people do, but we don't. You don't live your dream. Stop lying to yourself, I know you don't. You have a great vision. You have a great future ahead of you. You have all this potential. And you don't want it to go to waste, and I completely understand that. You don't want it to just get lost in the whirlwinds behind. You don't want to just lose it in life. You want to maintain it. You want to sustain it. You want to grow and evolve with it each and every single day. You want your dream to become bigger as you become bigger. And inevitably you'll reach that first dream you had. But now, that first dream you had is nothing. It's nothing. It's useless. Because you want that 100th dream. You want that great dream that's now your dream. And you've got to build up to that again. The top 1% is the top 1% for a reason. 1%. It's a percentage. If every person was 1%, what would it mean? If every person was 1% middle class, would it be good? Do you think? The universe needs top and bottom. The reason it needs a top and a bottom is for the yin-yang, for the balance. If there's no balance on this planet, what do you expect to happen? If everybody's middle class, who's cleaning public toilets? Who's going around and trimming the bushes on the side of the road? No, if everyone's middle class, they're all complaining about it. Instead, And as I don't want to drag on this video too long, I'm going to stop here by saying, brother, we cannot all be this person we dream to be. A lot of us have to fail and suffer to create the foundations for those who will succeed at the top, who will succeed at the peak. And it's only a very small percentage. Because otherwise, the pyramid wouldn't work. That's why success isn't for everybody. It can't be. And I already know there's going to be somebody hating in the comment section. So I just want to say, thank you for interacting, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that success isn't for you. And as always, may God bless each and every single one of you. Stay strong out there. We'll see you tomorrow.